Welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 3. In this episode, well, we've just finished talking to Granin, the dude who is apparently the guy that designed Metal Gear. He told us a little bit about Shagohod, gave us a little bit of information, sent us on our way. And Snake got almost immediately discovered. But I'm gassing all these people on the way out the door. Now, if this episode seems a little bit roughly edited together, or anything like that, I do apologize for that. The reason for that is I am using a different editing program called ArcSoft Showbiz, as opposed to Adobe Premiere, which is what I usually use, to edit this video and to record the commentary. It is a little bit screwy, though, and may take a little while for me to learn this, so you may have to hang with me a little bit while I'm going through this. I may not end up using this a whole lot. Okay, we're on our way out of here. And outside of the building, our scientist disguise is not going to do us too much good. So we might as well just go and change back into our regular clothes, because look at our camo index. -35, that's horrible. -30, it's a little better. Here we go. Plus 65, or whatever that was. And let's get a real gun out. Now we're going to be coming up on... let me think about this. Is this the third boss fight of the game? And we're going to have to charge up a little bit further for that. Was it daytime when we went in here? I don't think so. I think it was nighttime when we came in here. Chump didn't stand a chance. Now, when you're crawling around through the grass, you cannot work in third-person view, so you can't see what's ahead of you. That is a big dog. Wow. Oh, the guy just saw his dog fall asleep. Oh, he's coming over here to investigate. In Metal Gear Solid 2, when they introduced the ability to aim in first-person view, the tranquilizer pistol became a really, really good weapon to use because it allowed you to... because it had laser sight on it, which made it a more accurate weapon than the USP or SOCOM pistol that you carried around in there, which you had to aim down the... I believe they had laser sights anyway, but you had to aim down the iron sights of those weapons, whereas the silenced pistol, it was held off to the right a little bit, and you could just use the laser dot to go and aim the weapon. In this game, you have to aim down the laser sights, I guess, because... not the laser sights, jeez. The iron sights, because... I guess the laser sights didn't really exist back then, did they? Which makes the Mark 22, the tranquilizer pistol, just as hard to use as the 1911 in this. Oh look, something's happening.
Is coated in the venom of the Brazilian wandering spider. Soon a most exquisite pain will engulf your entire body. Your limbs will be paralyzed, your lungs cease to draw breath. Eventually your heart will stop beating. But what fun would that be? Not a fitting death at all. the boss's apprentice. I will give you fear such as you've never experienced before. Come into my web. It is time for you to feel the fear.
Here is our boss battle against the Fear. Ah, geez, I'd gotten his name wrong a few seconds ago. Now, the Fear, if this guy, the way he fights, seems slightly familiar, his jumping around things and all that, it's because he kind of resembles Vamp from Metal Gear Solid 2 a little bit, with his ability to jump around and all that kind of crap. Freakishly agile and all that. What he doesn't have in common with Vamp is that he doesn't throw knives, he has a crossbow. He also has stealth camouflage, which in Metal Gear Solid seemed like a really big frickin' deal to those characters, which took place in, 2005? Considering this is 1964, it's a little weird that he has stealth camouflage, but he does, and we're just going to have to accept that. What's going to make a difference, though, between this stealth camouflage and what we saw in later games was that it is apparently an earlier version of it. Doesn't quite work as well, so it's going to deplete his stamina as he is using it. So he can't stay invisible for very long. Now, another thing that's should note in this boss battle is this was not, well, the entire game was not designed around the idea of playing in this sort of over-the-shoulder camera that I've been playing through most of the game with. And this boss battle is no exception to that rule. So you notice how the camera's following behind Snake. Seeing as the game wasn't originally designed that way, this boss battle was designed around the idea of having the overhead, sort of almost three-quarter overhead view of the earlier Metal Gear games. And that makes it easier to see the Fear as he's jumping around in the trees. I'm running around like an idiot trying to see him in third and first person view. If I were to switch, I would be doing much better. Now in this game you can actually switch between the two views very quickly by pressing the R3 button. That's the right analog stick, pushing it into the controller. I'm in the wrong way. Oh, there he is. Now, the Fear is going to jump around like a lunatic with his dislocated shoulders and all that kind of craziness. And eventually, when he runs out of stamina, he is going to knock down a bunch of, like, fruits and start eating them. And you can snatch them up for him, make sure he doesn't get a chance to eat them, or you can shoot him when he's trying to eat or something like that. I don't think we actually get a chance to see that this time. I think I defeat him too quickly. But make sure that you pull the arrows out of you. Oh, geez, hit him right in the nuts. Snake is not having a good day. Well, this guy's going to shoot his arrows at you, and they're going to get stuck in you. You got to pull them out, treat them like bullet wounds. But if you try playing this the way I'm playing it right now, it's a good possibility you're going to throw your controller down in disgust. Oh jeez, it's really hard to see. I would imagine this is one of the boss battles that in the HD sort of re-release that the 360 and the PS3 saw would actually make this boss fight a little bit easier, because one of the problems that come with this is it's really hard to see him when he's in stealth mode. See, like right now he's jumping around, it's kind of hard to see him. And a lot of that would have to do with partially have to do with the fact that the VGA resolution graphics that we're looking at right now don't have enough detail in them to see the minor differences between what a person looks like in stealth camouflage, under stealth camouflage, and what they look like, and what the environment around them looks like. I would imagine in HD that looks a little bit better. And this was a game I was initially considering just buying the the HD release for and doing that for this game. And the reason why is because I think this is one of those PlayStation 2 games that was really pushing up against the technological edge. That it was really freaking... I imagine this was really hard for them to make, and they really couldn't make the PlayStation 2 produce graphics better than this. If they could, I mean, it would be barely. But one of the problems was it didn't... Oh, he's eating now. Huh. Okay. One of the problems, though, is the resolution is kind of low. There is a little bit of slowdown at times. But when Snake is looking at, like, especially in areas coming up when there are a lot of buildings, when we get to the laboratory area and all that, it's really going to be obvious that the limit on the resolution is becoming kind of a heavy constraint. Now that the fear is almost dead, notice that even though he's jumping around in stealth camouflage, you have this sort of electricity arcing effect going on in his body. It makes him easier to spot from a distance. This is one of those weird battles that actually become easier the longer it goes on. Most boss battles in the conventional wisdom is to make the boss harder as he gets closer to death. Up there he is. Up, facing the wrong way. Oh, jeez. Chump, you're gonna die. Another side effect of this game is some people may... somebody in one of my comments for a video... Okay, never mind.
The fear! The fear! I see it! The fear!
According to Granin, you should be able to get to the mountains through a passage located deep in the jungle beyond the warehouse.
Right. Then if I climb the mountains, there'll be an underground tunnel leading to Groznygrad near the summit.
Start out by going back to the warehouse. Use the key you got from Granin to open the door and proceed into the jungle. You remember where the door is, don't you? It's directly north of the door you went in when you came from the aqueduct.
There seem to be traps planted throughout that area, and they look a little primitive.
Yeah, but this is their territory. Why would they need this many traps here?
Maybe it's part of some kind of tactical research.
Tactical research?
Yeah. As I'm sure you know, the Soviet Union is leading a worldwide revolution among communist forces all over the globe. But a lot of the countries involved don't have the necessary funds and industrial technology, so they need tactics that are both effective and economical.
That's what they're researching?
Yeah, and traps are one of the best ways to do that. I'll bet that place is one of their testing grounds. Clappers, arrows, pendulums, all of these traps are set off by applying force to a rope. Don't touch the ropes and you'll be fine. Use rolling to get over them, or just crawl under them. Either way ought to work. If you do set off a trap and an arrow or a spiked pendulum comes flying your way, you can still dodge it by immediately diving out of the way. Pit traps and snares are camouflaged into the ground to make them harder to detect. But if you look carefully enough, you can see them through the disguise. Try stalking to proceed with extra caution. In any case, if you think there might be traps lying around, keep a close eye on the ground and stay alert.
Do you want to save? Snake, have you ever seen For a Fistful of Dollars?
Nope, never.
It's a spaghetti western.
Spaghetti western?
It's really cool, especially the main character's stylish gunplay.
Gunplay.
I saw it in England on the Major's recommendation, but it hasn't come out in the States yet. It's so cool. They'll bring it to America, I'm sure. You have to see it sometime.
Sure.
Well, we've defeated the pain, we've saved the game, and we're about to move on, but moving on in the next episode. So thanks for watching.